There it is, the performance of the Sivatau, the pre-game war dance of the Samoans led by their captain, Yosia Soliola. The captaincy had been a bit of a poison chalice as we confirmed that French side for tonight. The young fullback Escar with a star at fullback, Thackeray and Greenshields on the wing, Jean-Philippe Bale and Vincent Dupont in the centres, Bosque and Batu the halves, Fakir, Pellissier, Casti, with Leroyer, Ragan and Muniz. And on the bench, Gigo, Maria Garcia and Simon.
Lovely balance, isn't it? For Coach Agar. Workers in the back row, Laroyer, Ragun and Mooney. Gigo off the bench, and Simon also the hard-working.
The Samoans, Milford, Witterstein, Lafai, Leilua, Vito, Godinay and Roberts in the halves tonight. Farlongo, Sio, Matangi, Soliola, Armau and Sue. And plenty of strength off the bench. Pulatua, Moores, Tafua and Mossy Masoi.
So much rest on the shoulders of Peter Godinay and Ben Roberts to guide this team around the football field. And watch out for the spark of Anthony Milford at the back.
Well, the crowd has been all warmed up. Henry Perinara is our referee for tonight. Shane Hayne is the video referee.
40 seconds.
We've had 20 matches already in the Rugby League World Cup. We're in for an absolute treat next weekend. Friday, 2 games Saturday, 1 on Sunday, the quarterfinals. And then the big hit at Wembley, the semi-final double-header where ticket sales are enormous. And the final at Old Trafford in Manchester. Back in 2000, the crowd was just over 40. This time around, it's going to be well over 60, possibly 70.
10.
The best is yet to come in this Rugby League World Cup. Standing by for kick-off with Thomas Bosque. Can't wait to see his first bomb go up tonight, Darryl. Thomas Bosque in this breeze. It may blow into Spain if he gets one. Here we go. France get us underway against Samoa. Second spot up for grabs in Group B. Incredibly competitive group, and Matangi took the first hit up of the night. And back to the 20-metre line. Matangi, who scored a couple of tries already in this campaign. And big forwards, you're going to see no shortage of runs all night from the likes of Farlongo and Soliola and Armau, who took that run for the Samoans. Farlongo gets involved now. And in 3 runs back up to the 40-metre line on their first set. Oh, gee, some of their backs are pretty big as well. They kick early. It came from Ben Roberts. Trapped off the legs of Escar, this young fullback, just 22 years of age. There's not a great deal of him, but he's very elusive. He looks a real confident player.
Interesting ploy for Samoa to kick early, and Ben Roberts goes right down the middle of the football field. I thought they might have held on to it. Obviously, they want France to come out of their own end and show them some physicality early.
So France on their own 20 with their first set. And they competed with New Zealand, but, you know, obviously the Kiwis are a class above. Good ball. Bale getting it away, and this is Greenshields now. Rolling forward, play on the call. Gets inside the Samoan half. That's great. The crowd's into it. That's exactly what they hoped for. And the big run from Fakir. 40 metres away from the Samoan line. They were waiting for him, but it was plenty physical. And now Ragan.
Last tackle, David!
Last tackle, 25 metres away from the line. Suaso Su made it. And it's back for Bosque to launch one of those kicks. Here it comes. Good luck trying to catch it. And it's come down for France. It's knocked back. It's still play on. Bale puts the kick in. Good hands at the back. You talk about your confident fullbacks.
Tackle one!
Milford. He's another proposition altogether.
What a great opening to the game. France showing they're going to play some football and go to the edges, especially working into this breeze, and what a great ploy. Needed to play with a little bit of risk as well. Greenshields in a bit of open space.
Yeah, Greenshields missed the match against New Zealand. As did William Batu, as did Eloi Pellissier. They had Jamil Fakir coming off the bench. Muniz coming off the bench. Just looks a stronger side tonight as they concede a penalty. Farlongo gets up happy with the decision. Now, if you don't judge the risk, the breeze right, there's a bit of risk even kicking from touch from centre field tonight.
Where are you going?
Chatting with Richard Agar before the game, I asked him just how much risk he would afford his players to play against Samoa tonight, realising that he'll have to have a little bit of ad lib football. And he said they'll get the balance right. We might take them on a little bit early. Short passes into the breeze.
We are about a 10-minute drive away from the centre of the city. At Perpignan.
Kick that ball.
The foundation goes back to the
Hold on. Cool. That's fine. 2 balls.
10th century.
Hold.
And so we had 2 balls on the field there just for a moment. So let's get it underway again. CO sends into centre field. Soliola. And then for Matangi. But up quickly is Pelissier, and he will make plenty of tackles. 49 tackles. In fact, 2 weeks ago against Papua New Guinea.
Get up now,
the fans are chanting.
Hold.
Here in Perpignan. The Samoans just 25 away. Roberts dishes up a short ball. Pulatua is out there for Samoa.
Go, very good.
Tony Pulatua 15 away from the line. Great to have him back at this level. Wide ball on the bounce. Fell straight into the hands of Leilua. Now for Vito, big and strong and unstoppable.
James.
Daniel Vito just went straight over the top of William Batu on that left side. And Vito scores the first try of the night for Samoa.
They push it over to the left and then they come back. Watch the work of Ben Roberts here. A couple of shows and goes. And then the long ball, I thought on the breeze, wouldn't be an option tonight. It hits the ground and bounces. And from there, well, too big, far too strong Daniel Vito. As soon as he catches the ball here, he realised he's only got Bartow coming across in cover defence. And he really had no show to get a good shoulder on him.
James, let's see, we're all right.
Good play from the Samoan team.
Yeah.
Worked it from the left, finished it on the right.
Thank you.
Fortuitous with the long pass.
Good, Kevy.
They'll take the points.
And a kick to come right from the corner. Daniel Vito gets the try. He is off to the Brisbane Broncos in the National Rugby League next year. Played all his junior footy through Brisbane. So a homecoming of sorts for him. But he's been strong at both Canberra and also at the St George Illawarra Dragons. Well, you're the goal-kicking expert, Daryl. You tell me, what do you aim at tonight in this sort of breeze? The ball's wobbling on the kicking tee. What's the strategy to set yourself?
I'm thinking here for Anthony Milford. He's got the breeze coming over his left shoulder, so he's probably going to go at left post and try and ride it a little bit back against his normal shape. Let's see if he can somewhat reverse it. Kick it back in.
And there's the kick. Oh, he's got it well. It's blowing straight through the middle. Hook and fade all in one. Great kick from Anthony Milford, who had a bit of wind to contend with up in Hull. Landed 5 goals against the Kummels. What a way to start for Samoa. 6-0, and you know, the crowd was getting into full voice and they'd liked what they'd seen with France with the ball in their hands, and then Samoa produced that. And Bosk with the restart of play, and it comes down for Soliola, and
get up now,
watch the Vito finish again.
Hold, go, good, 1.
And again back with Siwa Matangi, who made his NRL debut this year with the Warriors and has gone from absolute strength to strength.
I was just about to say it. I think Siwa Matangi is the most improved footballer I've seen this year. Started off on the bench with small minutes, now starting front rower for the Warriors and a starting international front rower for Samoa.
Wow, look at this kick.
He's enjoying the breeze there, Ben Roberts.
The Tramontana has got hold of that. So that kick has come from inside the 30.
Last one.
It has gone over the dead ball line. It's over 80 metres.
Go.
Massive strike.
Massive breeze.
Yes, Bale will come back with it. And physical defence from the Samoans. They mean business.
Go, not there, Jesse.
You know, loss tonight is not fatal. You're still going to be playing the quarterfinals, but you want to take momentum into that round of 8.
There's that little bit of ad-lib football from Fakir, a little pop out the back.
He's been a good servant for the Munis in the starting side tonight at lock.
Go, 3.
And he's a hard worker as well. In fact, it's a forward pack of workers. Bosk just need that classy touch as well. The player who can offload and break the line on the edge. As going down the right side, and Greenshields got in there close to the action. Roberts thought he was away.
I love this play. They went to the right to start with, and when they got hurled up, it was Bosk. He decided to go to Greenshields, who pushed himself into something of a 5'8" position. Catches the short side, 3-on-2, trying to put the little ball through. Roberts, thief in the night if he'd got that.
12. Who's 12?
Well,
10 metres,
I've been trying to work out
all the way in.
what the actual setup is here. We weren't informed that Tony Pulatua would be starting the match as the ball comes up
Let go,
Dupont, one of the go-to men for this French side.
Go.
But looking across, I've got the feeling Godinay didn't start. And they've got one very big 5'8" out there as France come up with the error. He's going to rule against the home team. Samoa will get the scrum feed.
Scrum.
Henry Perenara adjudicating the big fella. Casti was watching, pushes off a left foot step. There the offload. Suia Matangi, maybe a hand in there. Pulitua closes it down.
We're all here.
But that's the way you're seeing it, the way Samoa are playing. They are playing with a 7-man pack and a halfback, basically. Roberts is doing that duty.
Hold on, all the way, get in.
Take your pick. It's sort of Soliola, it's sort of Tony Pulitua. It's a 100 kilo plus 5/8 tonight for Samoa. And there is Lafai. There is danger left and right in the centres for Samoa. Lafai, Canterbury Bulldogs. In the centres on the left and on the right, it's Leilua from the Newcastle Knights. That's not to mention Junior Sowers in their squad as well. On halfway, Samoa leading by 6 points to nil. Farlongo, a little bit of risk in that ball.
Release him!
Put a pressure on Sue to come up with a catch. Casti made the tackle front on. Roberts takes it across for Soliola.
Get up now, 12!
33 away from the French line.
Leave it.
Dupont was the man with the tackle. Little flat foot. Oh, Matangi has just brushed aside Murnus, who has got the wobbly boots on now. He said, what was that? Was that a truck? What just hit me? Milford's kick high is one bounce. Comes back infield. That's a handy bounce. Where'd that come from? That's the googly.
Drifting out towards the touchline and bounced about 15 feet in there. Really hard in this football field. You mentioned the structure of Samoa.
Vacari! Oh, sorry, Daryl. Vacari. Back to the end goal and a line dropout for France. This is a physical game being played by Samoa.
Vacari just couldn't get his body weight down, and the Samoan players lift him and continue to hold him up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Farlongo rises and drives him back into the end goal. Mentoring the structure of the Samoan team is actually Anthony Milford, who's pushing himself up into the middle of the park to give themselves a second ball player in that area.
Well, pressure on France, and it's going to be tough getting the line drop out too far down the field in the wind, but did pretty good job. Matangi again does not need too much of an invitation to run back.
Very good.
At full pelt, Farlongo continuing this power game for Samoa early. 6-0 up, 10.5 minutes in. Winner to play Fiji next Sunday. Roberts takes him to the left side. Big Pulitua.
Get up.
A Panther, a Saint.
Very good. 3.
And soon to play at Salford. Now Milford, and he's offloaded. Lafai keeps it alive. France can't get to it. Pulitua flick out the back without looking. Then on for Roberts. And it's a full-blooded assault from Samoa here, as now is Seo. Turns his back and held by the defence. But they're getting a full work over here, the French. Roberts rushed up, now we'll get the kick in. Again, it's good luck, and Vito. It was just getting away from him. And France do well. They do well to hang on, and a 20-metre restart is well earned.
Nice composure from Roberts. Steps off his right foot, works himself onto the left. He couldn't get a kick in, and then no one at all could get a read on that in the in-goal area. It was just drifting, and the breeze just let it ride. Bounces and goes dead.
Capacity of this stadium around about the 13,500 mark, and I was looking at the honour board, the players that have played here as the French bring it back from inside their 40. The name of Stacey Jones is there from their first side. One of the real greats of New Zealand Rugby League. And more recent times, Steve Menzies, who's just called it a day, the great Beaver Menzies. Just a couple of the players from the Southern Hemisphere to play at this ground for the Catalans Dragons, and they're all on it. I think it's a good touch in the tunnel. Dupont has got a beautiful ball away. Vacari goes to ground, and then Vito will be penalised. Late hit, in fact, so he played a bit of advantage. It's caused a bit of damage, the late hit.
Did you just see me
I love the way they're playing. If they can hold on to a few of these offloads, France, really testing the Samoan side. Got block plays coming from the middle, which is releasing space on the outside. And here, Dupont takes it to the line. Leilua comes across, puts a little bit of attention on him. Vito in over the top of Vacari, who slips and just out of play. We'll pick it up here.
It's all on Batu.
Is it Bartow?
Listen to the crowd go off. I don't think they like that, Darryl, just between you and me. They're not happy with a shot.
The people in front of me have gone, no, 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 no.
Listen, Amau, you are a villain here in Perpignan. He should wear the black cloak.
Always worse in slow-mo, where you see the legs are planted, and Bartow feels a fairly big shot from the top half of Amau.
Yeah, he's been called out now. Did some damage to William Batu. On report. Tell you, we had a big hit last night at Halifax. Conrad Hurrell, every bit of Conrad Hurrell thumped Cameron Serraldo in the ribs. The news today, Cameron Serraldo, a lacerated pancreas, was rushed to hospital last night. When they got back to their hotel at Leeds, he took a turn for the worse and was rushed to hospital. He won't be able to go home as a result. Now in hospital, so we wish him well, Cameron Serraldo.
I'm not really surprised. Some of the contacts we've had in the last month, mind-blowing, mind-blowing.
It was a car crash-like injury and a car crash-like tackle, the impact. Here we go with France. They get their chance, 15 out. Big night for Remy Casti, playing his last match in France before heading off to the Sydney Roosters. In the NRL, Pelissier, back left side, and with it, Regano, the ball comes loose, they had an opportunity.
And Bartow's gone down again as well. He hasn't moved.
Well, this is getting very lively. They're all up on their feet here in Perpignan. He has not moved. Henry Perinara, the referee, has his hands full here.
Take your team that way.
It was a brave play, because he wore it the last time.
Boy.
He's got like a bullseye on his back.
Suasa
so.
I would sue him for that. It's like a gunshot in the back. Probably more like a cannonball in the back.
Yes, I have.
Well, you know, the sin bin can come into play, not for foul play, but it can come in for repeated infringements. This is not a send-off offence by any means.
And I'm not a fan of that. The ball had well and truly gone, Vossi.
We're not playing on.
He's a little man, poor old William Bartow.
It's all right, Wade. We'll get you when we get to you, sir.
Once the ball is gone, in sheer perseverance of our players and looking after them, you can't afford to take one when you're not expecting it.
Well, I hope
body relaxes.
Yeah,
does too much damage.
I hope William Batu has medical insurance in like the last minute. I don't mean to make light of it, but he has been absolutely smashed.
Yeah,
hammered. And now down again. He's copped it front on. He's copped it from the back. Watch it again. And yeah, that's not good.
Yeah,
that's not good at all.
I'm all for the physicality of the game, but the lateness of it is what we call a cheap shot. And it's not required.
Well, back-to-back, do you agree with me, Sinbin? When it's back-to-back offences.
Different players. If it was the same player, for sure, it'd be close to maybe off if he hasn't read the rules or taken the advice. You get a bit of a clap here. Did he just do a count on his ribs to see if he's still got most of them intact?
Wait, it's on report. Okay, you can go.
So on report, been a weekend of suspensions too. Corbin Sims copped a 2-game ban. Big blow for Fiji.
See ya. We know what's going to happen next, okay? It's your job now as captain to fix this, yeah?
All right, well, there's the warning from Perinara. So the next one, doesn't matter who it is, that will be the repeated infringements come into play. Batu, it's a free interchange, but it'll cost them one to get him back out there, of course.
But more importantly, the football that France are playing is working. They're exposing the edges. They've got the block play in action.
What are we doing?
They're letting numbers work to the outside.
And Tony Gigot is out there now, bruised and battered. William Batu. Well, it's the Samoans who have brought the French crowd up again. There is a good guy and a bad guy playing here tonight. That is quite clear right now. Pelissier to the right. Went on the bounce to Greenshields. He's not just a standard winger tonight. He's got a playmaker's role as well.
Stay on the line.
And with it 8 metres away from the line, Pelissier. Then for Bosk, on for Casti. Nice tackle, low down around the legs from Sue. That is perfectly legitimate. Again, the crowd wanted a penalty as they come left, and the dummy almost through. Farlongo was called in to make a crucial tackle on Bosk. Back to centre field for Muniz. And that is still 3 metres away, last tackle. Thomas Bosk is on the left side of the ruck. It may not be the high ball this time. And there is the kick across field. Play on for France with it. Jean-Philippe Bayle, a cut-off load. And it will be a change over one more pass, and it might have been a 4-pointer.
There was opportunity there for sure. The kick off the outside of the boot. Haven't seen it before. Went right across the face of all the defending players and found some space.
10 metres, boys.
And now the ball back where Winterstein comes the treatment. He gets the entree, the main course, and the dessert all at once.
Get up now!
Tim Laffey with the ball now for Samoa. They lead by 6 points to 0. Vito the try. Milford, a superb sideline conversion. We're 15 minutes into a dramatic last preliminary match. This time Samoa get the penalty. Gee, tempers are simmering here, aren't they?
BJ Lelua's having a wow of a game. I loved his last tip on for the first try. And in the hard yards, in the yardage sets coming out off their own line, he's working himself all over the park. Plays on the right. This time we see him over on the left side of the field, trying to earn some metres and a quick play the ball for his team. It's actually a huge human, Leilua. We talk about Massoy and a few of the others. Oh, he's tipping some scales.
Well, that's it. There's no need for the small numbers on the scales when the Samoans use them.
Another step. Go, very good.
The needle only registers once it gets to 3 figures. In kilos, that is, 100 kilos. So here is Sue. It's been a while since they've been down this end. Now they're 15 metres inside French territory with Farlongo. Number of these Samoan players with test experience for New Zealand. Farlongo, case in point, 12 tests. And now Matangi cops it. Good stuff.
No, he's fine.
That was Fakir there. Pulatua, or rather, Armau working on the right. 8 metres away. And a chance to launch a kick here. Played by Armau. Soliola to Milford, goes low, ricochet, and well done by little Pelissier. Snatches that ball.
So as I mentioned earlier, with Goronate spending time on the bench, it's Milford who'll step up and play this right-hand side. Maybe let Roberts play most of the left-hand side because he's a left footer and prefers that side of the football field. And this time he couldn't quite thread the needle with the kick.
Good, intense test match, this one, through 17 minutes of play, and this is what we hoped for, and it's delivered so far.
He really is working Greenshields, isn't he? He's playing dummy half coming out of their own end, then gets a little scoot himself, pops up all over the field. That's Bosk. He decides to put foot to ball, finds some space as well, as Vito charges back, decides he's going to have a crack, leads with the shoulder.
And he's got a big stride on him too, doesn't he, Daniel Vito? I mean, easily played in the back row, Daniel Vito. Ran for close enough to 200 metres against Papua New Guinea. As across we go with Winterstein, and Laffey has done well. Little juggle, little magic trick out there on the wing.
There was nothing else doing there as Winterstein took the option to go to Laffey, handled it well.
Release him, 17.
Hat trick against Papua New Guinea from Winterstein. Well refereed there by Perinara. Winterstein, you can't lever yourself off the ball in the quest for a quick play the ball. And here is Milford. And Milford, that no-look pass almost there to Matangi.
Get up! Come on to me now.
Milford, the French fans, I know they want their side to win, but they're going to enjoy watching Milford play on the call. And a kick from Leeson Armau. He probably hasn't done one of those since he was a kid. And again, the driving defence. It's CEO, and the held call has come up. Leilua.
Held. I understand it's loud. You called.
Building nicely this into a little bit of a war of attrition. Both teams happy to go set for set. Not sure about big Leeson Armau with the kicking game, however. A little bit pressured on the right-hand side. Just squeezes it through.
I don't know what's going to happen for the rest of this match, but if Samoa prevail here tonight and play Fiji in Warrington, you Warrington fans up there that get to the Rodney pub and all the rest, make sure you're in for that one. That will deserve to be a sellout. If those two sides, it's going to be all fire and brimstone and thunder at Halliwell Jones Stadium. in the rugby league town of Warrington. Anyway, a lot to go before then as it's lost there by Casti. An error inside the French half and deep inside. And Samoa full set 35 away from this French line. And Sue takes that run.
I've just seen the shadow come across the ground, Vossi. There's a man called Masoi onto the football field.
Well, we'll see him in a moment as Milford delivers the pass there for Laffey. Trying to set it up. Winterstein's over the sideline. Good sliding defence from the French.
Yeah, Bale heavily involved in that side of the field as well. Able to handle everything that was thrown at them. Greenshields has worked his way back onto the wing as well. Good body position. I mean, these edges for Samoa, what about the power in them? Winterstein and Laffey, both with good footwork, good speed, and then a couple of beasts on the right side.
Number 3, 10 metres up.
And they've had to overcome the likes of Rennie Matua, only playing part of the first match, injured, gone for the campaign. Harrison Hansen never got on the field. Frank Winterstein, torn pec, first game. I mean, they're big losses, big losses. You know, players that were going to be part of their top 17. And sure, they're allowed to bring Tony Puletua in for this, but it still means, you know, on the scale, they're down 2.
Well, in the side today, the 17 of them, I mean, 15 of them have had pretty much nearly 50 games plus of NRL experience. That won't worry the French. Casti ripping a nut through the middle.
Top the hit-ups
Get him up now!
in that match against the Kiwis. And Pelissier, he's a lively dummy half. I think they function better with him, with the greatest of respect to others who can fill the role, but I just think they go better with Pelissier steering them around, and very good defender as well.
I think with Pelissier, the second half will be his go. Good footwork, duck out, dummy half when the ruck becomes a little bit looser as well, so maybe a second half threat for him. Workaholic in the first half, guide his forward pack around the football park.
And win to be more of their friend in the second half as Regan, 27 test matches. There's a lot of test match experience in this forward pack in particular. Here is Mika Simon, 29 metres away. They creep a little closer. They've had a few close calls. The French crowd just want them to get across the line. Just the one try in this World Cup campaign, and that first match against Papua New Guinea, yet they were able to win 9-8. There goes the little bloke again, Pelissier.
Get up now, Tony!
Bonsoir, Monsieur Pelissier. I like him. 9 metres away from the line. Bosk, oh, he's been hammered, but as he passed, play on. It's going to bounce up high. Oh, they've made an absolute meal of it. Oh, what about Thackeray and Dupont as now the Samoans come back with Milford. But the French.
Oh la la, what about that?
Well, this time I reckon the challenge is fair. It's as he passed.
Bosk hasn't moved.
But he was hit as he passed. That was the way I saw it. Watch this. Le poop happens.
Poor old Dupont and Thackeray just required the one, or the one set of hands anyway. 2 was too many. Put the block in. How high did that ball bounce?
Oh, yeah, it was big. I mean, yeah, it wasn't an easy one, but the fact there were 2 going for it made it awfully hard. Yeah. No dramas with that, although, unless you're going to say shoulder, but I think he's just got him front on.
And no drama either with the block. I mean, it was a turned body, if you like, in terms of Mossie's cleaned him up there, and then BJ Lalure also turns and maybe checks, but there's no problem there. Maybe heightened by what we've had in the past with Bartow copping a couple early.
Can you book a plane ticket for me? I haven't got the dates for first round of Super League next year, but I want to see Masoi first game for St Helens, because he is going to be a star attraction over this side of the world. I mean, he's an amazing figure. The great man Taz Batiri in the crowd tonight. He's up on his feet enjoying it.
That's what you want to do, but that's your problem, mate.
His son Jason, one of the players that has played for the Catalan Dragons club, as we end up with a penalty to Samoa. And again, I know they're jeering and whistling now, but I was fine with the Masoi challenge.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. And amongst all the excitement, we missed Anthony Milford actually run the ball out of the in-goal area and punch it up to the 25-metre mark.
Well, I think Frederic Vaccarie and Vincent Dupont, they need to spend a bit more time together. Get their calls going.
Communication.
Come on, go. No, play on.
Could have had a try. Godine's now out there for Samoa. And Sue! This crowd, they're nice and cosy here tonight. Cool and windy in Perpignan. But nice and hot out on the field is another big tackle. Jean-Philippe Bale comes in and gives Lafay all he had.
Get up now, get up, get up!
They are 25 metres away from the line.
Come on, Tariq, get him on set.
6-0 scoreline, 23 minutes gone. Godine can run out a dummy half, and he's stolen a penalty. The French not happy with it. There's arms up, the crowd's up again.
This time Peter Godine hasn't moved. Not sure what the penalty was for. Marker's not been square, perhaps jumping too early. Godine gets absolutely hammered onto this turf, ragdolled. That's him in 6, just come on the field, cops a shoulder and a shot to start with, and then slammed into the ground. This is a tackle previously on Suia So.
Stay up. Captain. Vossi,
plenty to love about this game, Vossi.
Oh, there is. Boy, is there what. Again, so it's exactly what we hoped for, and now it's unfolding in front of our eyes. 2 captains out there now.
23 minutes. Really, really good. Control the aggression, that's fine. If you want to step over the line, that's going to happen, okay? We've had a little bit of a break. So if you want to talk to both players if he's wrong, I'm leaving in your hands, okay? If you don't want to do that, then I'll deal with it. Happy?
So Casti and Soliola have to go back, and I reckon they'd say to the teammates,
Keep
it going, boys.
I reckon more of it. Three
more
words.
of it, exactly.
The ref said more of it, boys.
Exactly. That's what Perenara said. He said, get it in here, like, you know, really rip in a little harder. Here's Farlongo. 10 from the line for Samoa. So the French team under pressure again. They trail by 6. Milford's up there. Milford this time elects to go short to Armau. And held in the tackle. Regan was the main defender there. Godine quickly. Soliola's lost it. Could have been offside just about. So the French, look at how fired they are. Look at this.
Great defence from the French. High fives all around. In fact, they've all come from the far wing as well.
All 13 players want to congratulate each other for that.
Even Henry give him a pat. It was great D as well.
Daryl, run down and pat him on the back too.
Soliola, no hole there for Peter Godine or Soliola. French players closing the gaps. Handling this well, 6-0 only. Samoa with a big breeze at their back.
How good's this World
France,
Cup?
not a lot of football.
Seriously, how good's this World Cup?
Wait.
I mean, this is just spirited stuff.
It's not going to end.
Matt Parrish sitting not too far away from where we are. He was on the walkie-talkie. Plenty of message out there. And now penalty goes to France. It's not going to take too much for this to go right over the edge. And, you know, what's the French word for stink? We may have a stink. That's a fight for those who don't understand. As the French decide to take the tap, and I think that's the no-risk play for this breeze. And Lerouayer tackled just outside the 30. Still the task is for France. They've got to produce points. They don't want to go to half-time tonight 0 as they did against the Kiwis. Hard work not rewarded as Simon held up by the defence. Pelissier is in that dummy half position again, ready to send them off on their way. Oh, Bosk has been hit late by Masoi. It's on, it should be on. Masoi, this will be Sinbin, I reckon. There is no doubt that was late from Mosi Masoi. They've nailed another one of the playmakers. The crowd are now throwing, well, I just said a football thrown in a merchandise bag. He paid €40 for it, he's thrown it on the field in disgust.
Masoi comes up, he uses no arms at all. Just somewhat front bellies him with a hit, and he bounces off him. Oh, and then BJ Lalua. Well,
what's it going to take for someone to throw one in?
Well, Greenshields actually throws himself at BJ Lalua there.
Oh,
that's a body shot. That's what it is. It is like a penguin in his arms down by his side.
Oh, that's the penguin tackle. You must mix with some pretty scary penguins, let me tell you. Where do they come from? 115, maybe 125 kilo penguins. Watch it again.
What about the numbers 6 and 7 for France? Barteau and Bosque. Trying to set up like good playmakers do and taking the ball to the line and then finding that the line continues to come back at them, albeit a little late.
Well, this crowd is going off here. This is a big call for Henry Perinara to make. The video referee Shane Haynes had a few looks. We've had both sideline officials out on the field. So it's the full jury. Get ready for this. There it is. The sin bin is in play, and it is repeated infringements. It's not that incident in isolation. Masoi cops it. Listen to the crowd here.
The south of France, welcome to the stands. It's the right call.
But if it's going to be late, you know where they're going now.
So if there's another one, we'll get down to 11, then maybe 10, maybe 9. Masoi, the human island, leaves the field. It is 6-0 to Samoa. It feels like we've been playing for 3 hours. We've only had 25 and a half minutes of this game. And you are looking at one bruised and battered playmaker, Thomas Bosque, after William Batu was replaced earlier. Masoi is still in the dugout. I'm not sure whether that is protocol. I would have thought he would have to go to the dressing room, but it's by the by. And France may even take a tap again here.
I guess key is now is a little bit of composure and hold on to your shape and your structures. Front shape and structure's been good. Casti.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'd say this about the French playmakers, their game. They haven't shirked their task away from it, as now the defence is legal and hard again.
Nice tip on from Simon.
Lafay made the tackle. And it's spirited running again from the French. This is going to keep the crowd right there. Simon has been very good off the bench. And Pelissier forward then back in the tackle of Roberts. But 15 from the line, there's an opportunity. Greenshield put down there by Leroyer. And that is a real dampener on the way things were building up.
Mikel Simon has come up with a couple of nice touches and a couple of nice plays on the right-hand side. And then when he plays the football, they shift it out to Greenshields. And Greenshield's not the greatest ball player of all times, as wingers aren't generally known for that role in the team. And Leroyer, well, he just stopped on his run as the defence held itself. Agar going off into the walkie-talkie.
Let's go. All the way in, come on. All the way in.
Slow to get this scrum to pack down.
Come on, let's
That was a real opportunity for the French there.
There's been a lot of energy used, but, you know, we've had a lot of stoppages as well, so you've got to think the fatigue is not such a factor just yet.
Get up
now!
Let's see what sort of set Samoa come up with here. Outside backs to the 4, I'd imagine. There's their captain, Soliola, Sia.
Hold it, come on.
There.
Go.
Now with that head bandaged,
I'll get
as it comes up for Armau.
Get up
Who has
now,
already
Ted.
produced a kick tonight.
Wicked.
Probably won't
Go.
see another in the
stay here
career.
then.
Farlongo, they get back to basics here in this set, Samoa.
Hold, hey, get back to me.
And for a moment, the
Go,
emotion seeps out of the contest a little. It's all legal hits,
Last tackle, let's go.
all straightforward. Soliola held
Go.
short of halfway. And the kick from Godinay. They need to communicate here. Escala's got onto it. He likes to run, and he's confronted by some big boys. Long ball. Oh, quick hands, Greenshields. Play on for France. Away from Lafay. Back in field. The French up now. They were coming from everywhere, the Samoan defenders.
Started by Escar and finished by him as well. Penalty to boot. Again, the open play working towards the right from France. When they saw some space, they knew how to take advantage of it. Escar bounces away from through. Quick hands out to the centre and Bale. He comes back in field. And how did Escar get himself up off the ground and come back and get the ball again?
Come on. Hey, one more step. Go.
First year of Super League and did so well, and now the ball is with Leroyer able to hang on to it that time.
Tony, let go.
25 out. Is this the set?
Hold.
They come up with a try. They trail by 6 points to 0. They've had some good goal line defence. Now they have to test the Samoan goal line defence. Muniz plays it. 20 out. As Gigo goes across field. Oh, beautiful tackle by Soliola. Classic stuff. Green Shields in.
Play the ball.
Playing that utility role tonight. Polisiera's now across field. Oh, it's close. It's so close. Centimetres away.
Great tackle.
Last tackle. Intercept off the line from Vito. They were trying to send the ball for Vacari to score in the corner. They just didn't find him.
Great attack from France. And the D was up to it from Samoa as well as their captain and Soliola, who makes a try saver just on the line.
Release! Come on, 13.
Well, Vacari, his eyes would have lit up. He thought, this is it. But Vito gets off the line and has intercept. Remembering Samoa down to 12 at the moment. Mossy Masoi is in the sin bin. And now the ball with Pulatua. They've also set out Junior Moores there, a player with a lot of skills. He's wearing jumper number 15. Kick from Roberts is out of the full. Well, that was all very soft. I know with 12 men, you want to take the ball out of play. You know, wind down the clock a little, but it was careless, the kick.
This was a tackle from Soliola. Had to be made low. Lay lure over the top. Ragoon within a whisker of getting France's first try. Poor kick from Roberts on the left. Farlongo, we saw go to the sideline. And at this ground, you know, the fans right up to the fence. They stand right up to the fence on our broadcast side of the ground. Really gets them close to the action. Stand down behind the Gold Coast, the Samoan end. And those goalposts, by the way, are getting well and truly blown here tonight. But all the stands are full. It's a great scene here at the Rugby League World Cup. On the back of a wonderful crowd at Halifax yesterday, one of the traditional grounds. I'm telling you, it's a feel-good tournament, this one, if you're a Rugby League fan. As now the way they go, Escar will score! Morgan Escar, beautiful footwork, straightens up. France have their first try, and they've gone off like they've won the lottery. France on the board, 6-4. Samoa down a man, and the French make the most of it. Brilliant work, great reward for the man named to play in the fullback shirt. Watch the work of Gigo there, the nice summing up, 3-on-2, gets a good quick pass away and popping up on the right wing where Greenshield started the day is Escar. Lovely little hands, flat attack, good footwork. Did we mention he's got some toe? After the footwork, steps inside, Roman sandals to boot, just slices straight through, never going to get him.
Oh, this is a vast improvement on what was committed against New Zealand, but lacked a classy touch or a confidence to attack. But totally different story here. And these two sides, they're going to have something to say in the quarterfinals this weekend. Doesn't matter who wins and loses here tonight. And I mean that from a fan point of view, a neutral observer's point of view, because they're both going to go into the quarterfinals thinking they can cause some damage. England, the opponent, on Saturday night for the team that loses. That'll be up in Wigan. And that Sunday clash again in Warrington. Fiji await. Could be Samoa, could be France.
Even with the conditions here today, this man so accomplished with the boot, Thomas Bush. He'll have no problems at all with this, I would imagine.
23 test matches for Thomas Bosk. And his first kick successful. So what a night here. 32.5 minutes gone. A 6-all scoreline, and Daryl spot on. The play is Gigo to get it out wide. Jean-Philippe Bale played his part. And the fullback, well, he deserves the try, doesn't he?
Gigo identified Big Tony Pulatua, realised if he could take him out of play and then pass the ball as well, become 2-on-1 out wide.
And from my little French book, doesn't Gigo mean lamb in French? I think I saw it on a menu.
It could be a Kiwi. We love our lamb.
I'll have some Gigo for dinner. Oh, food comes into it. 33 minutes in. I mentioned food. It just happens. And Gigo now has the ball, and they've stripped it from him. Well, they're ended up 2 in the tackle. Oh, gee, controversial call. Soliola was ripping at it, but a second man was there, and it ends up play on for Samoa.
Second man come late.
24 metres away from the line. So France, they can't stay up on cloud 9 too long. Now they have to work hard in defence. Samoa 20 metres from the line, got an A. And here is Junior Moores. He's got a really good offload on him. He's a very skillful player. Played for the Melbourne Storm this year after linking up from the West Tigers. That's in the NRL. Roberts across field to Fua. Another one of those hard running forwards that Samoa has. There's so many of them. And the French defence has managed to hang on again. The last tackle play. Soliola goes to ground.
Well, you've got to believe they didn't know it was last play there. Sia Soliola pushed himself way in from the right to get a run on what he thought. I think, oh! They keep coming.
Oh, we like it from up here. This is about a safe distance where we're calling the game from. Any closer, and you're getting bruised. You know, people 5 rows back at the grandstand are getting bruised just sitting watching tonight. It's a real knock-em-down affair, this one. And a 6-all scoreline inside the final 6 of the first half. Love what we're seeing here. Day temperatures at about 20 degrees today. This evening, probably half that.
Yeah.
Wind chill factor as well as another shot coming up there on
Masoi about to re-enter the pitch.
Tony Maria hit front on there to Fua. And the kick comes from Bosk.
10 metres, 10 metres.
Gets a good bounce on it. Another high bounce at the end for Vito to come down with. So Vito, the try scorer for Samoa, Escar, the fullback for France, getting the try for the home team.
Just stand up.
Milford grabs Vacare, says you're out of here.
And we settle down into the contest again. Joseph Leilua, good quick play the ball, and off goes Milford. Milford caught there by Maria. And there is the penalty for a high shot, in fact. And now for a bit of back chat in French. Henry Perinara detected what was said.
Tough call. Here's Godinay stepping, well, maybe not. Mooney coming across with what you call a late swinging arm.
That's an interesting one, isn't it? Just contemplate that. The referee, you know, if the French player back chats in French, Henry Perinara needs to be across. How would he know what he's saying if he's not, you know, au fait with the French language?
Oh, Henry Perinara parle français, no problem.
Understand? Go.
And here is Masoi. And Masoi says to Sebastian Ragan, just get out of my way, will you? And the ball with Leeson. Out of centre field, good run. 5 from the line.
Get up.
Again, the French defence is tested. They've conceded one. They're not going to concede one here. And no advantage there as they kick downfield, knock on against Samoa. And it's a bustling French defence.
It was a poor pass from Godinay. Look at that, somewhat at the ankles of Ben Roberts. You can't sum up your options while you're catching a football around your ankles when you're looking at players to pass to. Poor pass from Pitter.
But they're getting off their line, the French. You've got to remember, the first ever World Cup back in '54. It was the French, it was an idea of the French, and they staged the first World Cup, won by Great Britain. Glory days back then. And tonight's a pretty glorious night as well for French Rugby League. Let's see if they can get the result. Green Shield's caught there. And again, their arms up and appeals to the referee. Bale is upended. I'm fine with that, and now penalty comes. Well, they do say tipping. I think the sideline official may have tipped that to referee Perinara.
Watch the work of Ben Roberts. Comes in there, grabs around the waist, and then really lifts and extends the leg up in the air. I mean, if he just holds himself and holds himself horizontal there, there's no problem with that play. They like to turn the player around so he's facing the opposite direction when he's playing the football, then slows the play down a little bit.
I'll retract
but going up in the air.
I'll retract what I said. It's a deserved penalty. It just looked in slow motion when I watched it live. And another player on report. The video review committee, they're going to be sitting back till after midnight watching replays.
Yeah, they'll be on the late flight.
Fans have come down into all airports down this way today to witness this one. Could not pick a ticket up anywhere at last minute.
Let's go.
So, the French, can someone take a lead into half-time? We've got 2 minutes remaining. I don't think France could kick a field goal into the breeze from any sort of range, but if Samoa got a crack coming up to half-time, maybe that may be a thought for them.
Kick
with that breeze behind them.
Notable kickers in their team, Roberts and also Milford.
And this is Muniz, one of the players hammered in the first half, offloaded. Maria does the same. Bosk out in front. Oh, sloppy play from Bale. Well, this will give Samoa opportunity coming up to half-time. They're going to rush over and try and pack this scrum.
Just set your scrum or call time off if you want.
They've got to set the scrum to get the time off, and they can't seem to get 6 players to bind here. This is hopeless. Have a look at this. Yes, now they get it worked out. They just couldn't get the configuration right. They had 4 across the front there for a moment.
Let's go.
So time is off with just over a minute remaining first half. Last of the preliminary round matches at the World Cup. The second of 2 full houses in France for matches. The first in Avignon, 17,500. Tonight, 13,500 in Perpignan. And the ball with Leilua. So just keep an eye on that clock in this set. Tackle 1, 42 metres from the France line. Soliola to centre field. Has had a big first half in attack and defence, the captain for Samoa. Godinay, and with Roberts, they keep it centre field. With Junior Moores, rolled onto his back there by Maria. Now on the 30. Godinay, they take it away from the post this time. Roberts out to Milford. Milford, he's never ever trapped first time, is he? Away goes Milford. Another step and swerve. Links up with Leilua. Yes, he is put on his back.
Thackeray gets a shot.
Good on you, Frederic. As the ball comes for Armel to centre field, he's offloaded. Maybe the French handed there. Play on, around the back, there's trouble now. Roberts, Roberts! He's thrown it forward. It's gone. How do you say the number 8 in France?
Wheat
Meters forward.
Wheat meters. Après. Great little double round. And I think you're right, a French hand gets to it. Pulatua plays a little bit of basketball out the back. Roberts should have thrown it first time. And then he doesn't. Pushes it through the line and 8 metres advance.
How do you say 18 in France? It went 18 metres. What a great forward pass at this World Cup. What a first half here in Perpignan. Catch your breath at half-time. Absolutely outstanding contest with plenty of drama. A 6-all scoreline. Mossy Massoy went to the bin. Vito scored the first try. Escar's reply for France was a beauty. A standing ovation for the French at half-time. The Samoans were favourites going in tonight. They know they've got a ball game at 6-all.
Coverage brought to you by BetTac, the sports betting exchange.